Hello everyone and welcome to my F1 2014 career. So we start off in Melbourne. Unfortunately I didn't know if I was going to record a career at this point, so I actually just started recording. Anyway, here it is. So this is Melbourne. I qualified, I don't even know I qualified because we started too quickly. Anyway, let's get into the action. So I'm currently 11th. Behind Bottas, Magnussen, Hulkenberg, and I dive bomb all three of them, including Rosberg and Ricciardo. At the inside of Ricciardo, now chasing down Button. The AI on this game are still very slow at the start. So yeah, so this was my second race in F1 2014 after a couple of laps on time trial. So this really is my first time in F1 2014. As you can see, I'm pretty awful. So after Malaysia, basically after Malaysia, we should improve a lot more. So Bahrain, I can tell you, is a very exciting race. So you guys will have to look out for that. Anyway, I'm behind Button, losing time to him, and I think I've got 6th now, so I've got solid points. So now I just want to keep those points. I don't want to end up trying to push too much, wearing out the tyres, and possibly even coming off the track like I almost did there, trying to catch up with Button. You can see I'm not locking up or anything, even though the tyres are pretty cold. That is because it's just not easy not to lock up. And you can see I'm using cutscenes and stuff to try and get as much action. So I'm not doing a live commentary. As you can see, and here. Anyway, we've got Magnussen. I'm not sure how aggressive I am. I think I'm actually quite aggressive in at least this first race. Anyway, DRS is now enabled, so we've got to look out for Magnussen, and he is not going to be trying to overtake here with DRS because it's not available to him, because it's only the second, because the DRS has 2 sections, and the DRS detection point is before the final corner. So, under a lot of pressure by Magnussen, going very wide. I'm amazed it didn't auto-brake us there. So Magnussen can only be half a second behind us. So we don't actually, unfortunately, we don't actually see the gap. Anyway, it looks like the person behind Magnussen, I'm not sure who that is. Who is it? Is it a Force India or Williams or something? Just trying to look at my mirror. I think it is a Williams, but I'm sure if they overtake Magnussen, we will find out. It's Bottas. So I was correct in saying it's a Williams going very wide, getting a very bad turn in there, and that means Bottas is going to be right on our tail. He should close in, and as you can see, it's towards the end of the lap. He is just experimenting now with different views. Now at this point I just wanted to see if they fixed the number glitch, which they haven't. So if you look in your mirrors, they've got a different number to if you look behind. And here is a quick sort of view on what happened on that particular. I wouldn't say I particularly pushed him. I think really he should have backed out, but it doesn't really matter. We've maintained 6th. Bottas still behind us, as you can sort of tell by now. Here we go, he's going on the inside. Is he going to be able to? We're still sticking in it. We've darted round the outside. Sheer bravery there. Almost touching the wall and destroying our car. We are very lucky not to get a puncture or something like that. Being very aggressive. Anyway, what was I saying? I was saying something. Yes, it is very much me trying to hold up the cars rather than doing all the attacking. Anyway, here I come into the pits now. I forgot if I'm showing you guys the race director or not. I do often bring it up. Okay, in the pits now. Putting on the prime tyres, waiting though for Chilton. No, Bianchi. And perhaps he's held us up by a second or so, 2 seconds. Standard pit stops about 3.7 seconds, I think, in this game. So he has severely held us up, what means I don't think we're going to be able to defend from Bottas. So I think 7th or 8th is where we're going to be coming out. Anyway, you can see a load of drivers in the pit. And who's this? Are we going to catch them up? we've overtaken these first 3 people, or have we? And, well, we've only just overtaken Magnussen. Right behind Ricciardo now. Will we try a bit of a do-or-die moment up the inside? Yes, we do. We've broken nicely. And, oh, we've only just been able to hold the car, keeping it straight. And we have now overtaken Ricciardo for 10th place. So we have 1 championship point guaranteed at this point. We're 6.1 seconds behind Ericsson, who should be pitting, so that shouldn't be an issue. Now is where we are going to find out, are we going to come out ahead of Bottas or not? Or is Bottas even behind us? Maybe he's lost time. We don't know. Ricciardo's going to try and be outside. We're braking quite late. Cutting the corner. Got a warning. We're behind Perez. Hitting the rev limiter. Not good, because that has not allowed us to get the optimal speed out of that corner. And you can see us trying to catch it crazy with Perez. And that mistake, I'm going to call it, because it was a mistake. I tried to overtake Perez when I shouldn't have. I should have waited for a couple of corners. Anyway, we are now back up into 8th. Ricciardo's still behind us. We're holding him up. He's going to try again, though, with the Red Bull engine, which I don't think is as good as the Ferrari engine. I've chosen the Ferrari. I think it'll mean that we have a potential chance of winning the championship and hopefully provide some good racing. And nothing much happened there. But Magnussen's overtaken Ricciardo. So now it's going to be Magnussen, that Mercedes engine, which is of course very strong this year. So is Magnussen going to be able to overtake us on the straights? We'll have to find out in the next couple of laps. Perez, you can see, has just pulled away like crazy. I wouldn't say we're holding up too much though. We've got a row of 3-4 cars behind us, and the other cars are struggling to keep up. So I wouldn't say we're doing too much in holding up. Anyway, later on in lap 11, we get an awful exit off the penultimate corner, and Magnussen's basically overtaken us. Are we going to be able to overtake Magnussen? But no, Kvyat is overtaking us, so we've overtaken Magnussen and Kvyat on the inside of turn 1. Kvyat then tries a bit of a do-or-die moment on us, and it really doesn't pull off, because actually he's lost a load of time. Hulkenberg's overtaken a couple of drivers as well. Amazing. An awful lot of action happening in this race, and as you can see, we've got the likes of Hulkenberg, Rosberg, Kvyat and Ricciardo right behind us, battling for this 8th to 10th position. All the top 4 or 5 drivers behind us are battling for at least 1 championship point. Wow, very close to that going there. Now we have Rosberg. Now this is, I don't think our tyres are looking the best. I'm sure we'll have a look at our display soonish. But as you can see, no, I don't know what I was saying. I've lost it. And oh, again, bad X off the penultimate corner. Now we're going to cover the inside. I didn't actually see Rosberg there. What means Kvyat's been able to overtake Rosberg. Didn't expect Rosberg to try and go on the inside of the last corner. It doesn't seem that logical. But anyway, never mind that. Rosberg's now overtaken Kvyat in the Mercedes engine. Again, penultimate corner, much better exit there. We do see the arrow disappear just for a second, what means we pulled a little bit of a gap. And now Rosberg is right behind us. And I've been saying Rosberg, well, I mean Kvyat. I'm sure it was Rosberg at one point, but oh well. On the final lap, there's a lot more pressure now, because I know if I make any mistake with the tyres and the condition they're in, it's not going to end well for us. So I'm just trying to bring it home. A 31.5 is a very poor lap, guys. Really, you're looking to get at least a 28. I'd even go as far to say a 27, 26, 27. So that's how far off the pace we are. Or how far off the pace I'd like to be. So, you know, 5 seconds is a huge gap, which I'm sure we will improve though, come the coming races, being as this is one of my first races. Oh dear, sorry about that, guys. As I'm yawning, we have Kvyat behind us. And why am I doing this? Again, I think I'm trying to find the number or something, see if it's the same for all the cars, and you can see you can see how close Kvyat is behind us. And also, this gives us a chance to talk about the LED display. All the cars are the same who have the LED. They all have the same. I think it looks quite cool. I'm not entirely sure what all the numbers are, apart from the gear and the gap on the top left and your position on the top right. There's 3 smaller numbers. I'm not entirely sure what they are. I'm thinking like fuel or tyre pressures or something like that. Anyway, I'm just ballsing around at the moment. Anyway, let's carry on. Getting that corner nicely done. Very nicely indeed, actually. That's given us from a tenth, I'd say it's probably closer to 2 or 3 tenths now. So, you know, we've lost it. And as you can see, I think we're using a flashback. Unbelievable. I wish I didn't do that. It's not the end of the world. So yeah, I am going to ban flashbacks. I had them enabled for this race, so I am going to ban them. So if something like that does happen, it doesn't matter because I won't be using them anyway. So I just really wanted to get the points after this race because it felt so annoying just having to hold up the cars behind. It really wasn't that fun. And going into the penultimate corner again, going very wide. Is Kvyat going to try and overtake us on the line? We're on the grass. That slowed us down an awful lot. It looks like Rosberg's going to have a go on Kvyat as well. We've got a few drivers within centimetres of each other, and wow, 5 drivers, fractions apart. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Wow. Well, as you can see, here is the gap. Amazingly, Alonso won with Vettel coming second. I don't know what would have happened to Ricciardo if we hadn't held him up. But quite interesting. Then we've got Massa in third. We've got Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg really quite far down the grid to where they should be, which is first and second. So yeah, Rosberg in 10th, only getting 1 championship point, and Hamilton in 4th, only getting 12 points, but there we go. Of course, we're in 8th Drivers' Championship. There's only been 1 race. Won't take a genius to work out. In the constructors, though, Ferrari are leading. Mercedes are well down. Mercedes are 5th, only with 10 points, amazingly, and Ferrari are very far up there. Anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this career mode. Oh my god, my guy's pissed off. I hope you have enjoyed this opening round to my career mode. Be sure to see more career mode content soon, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.